Hello, and good morning. It's Thursday, January 23rd. It's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. I have my blinds open. The sun isn't glaring, so that's good. But it's beautiful here today. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I know I am. I'm having a better day today than I had yesterday. I had a moment around this, and I had to get myself out. And sometimes it's harder than others, but again, it is something that we go through, right? So as you can see in today's title, there is power and transformation. I figured that out once I learned about this, that by transforming myself, I just feel better about my life and how I'm living it. There is power in in transforming yourself. And it's essential to our emotional well-being to achieve self-awareness around our emotions so that we make better decisions in how we respond when we're triggered based on how we're feeling. And that's the big piece here, right? Achieving self-awareness means taking time to really getting to know who you are. So you have to go deep and understand yourself, being open to change because change is inevitable, and then embrace that pivoting may be part of the process along with change. Hello, I'm Leslie Gaudette, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. Now, if you're new to my lives, I want to say welcome. And if you've been following me for a while, I wanted to say welcome back and thank you all so much for your support because I truly, truly appreciate you. So today, as I said, I want to talk to you about the power of transformation. But before I get started, let me explain to you what I have behind me. This is called the triggers cycle. So this is a cycle that we go through every day, sometimes multiple times a day. As you can see, it's our emotional cycle on repeat. And what that means is we're going to have a lot of different things happen to us throughout the day, and we're going to assign some type of emotion and a feeling to that. Whatever that is, it could be good things, it could be negative things, whatever that is, you are going to go through this cycle based on things that happen. So every time you're going to interact with others, you're going to interact in environment, you're going to be in different environments, and something's going to happen to trigger an emotion. So again, that's what a trigger is. It's an event that happens. What it does is it evokes an emotion, and then fuels that emotion based on whatever that event was. Now, if it's not such a big deal, you might have an emotion, but it's not going to fuel it as aggressively. But there are some things that happen to us that fuel emotions crazily, and I can give you one example. Road rage, you get caught up in traffic, and automatically your heart just starts racing and you get pissed off. So that emotion is getting fueled, right? So then what happens is that emotion will drive our response, meaning what we say and what we do. Now I use the example of road rage. What do you do typically? A lot of people I know who say they suffer from this is they will follow that person till they catch up to them so that they can give them a piece of their mind. So that's what you say or you do. That's based on how you're feeling. And then your reward, meaning it could be positive or negative. Now, positive means that you could be self-aware around triggers, what yours are, how you emotionally show up when that happens, and you're able to make better decisions on how you respond, like in the things that you say and you do. But typically, as I was using an example of road rage, if you are that person who, as soon as somebody cuts you off in traffic or does something, you have to immediately start chasing them down so you can curse them out, so you can roll your window down, so you can give them the bird, and then you're just getting yourself all, worked up, that's a negative response. And what ends up happening is a lot of the time, that person who cut you off in traffic didn't even know they were cutting you off in traffic. They're not even aware. I'll just give you a real quick story. My pastor, when I was living in Florida, told a story on the pulpit. He was talking about this very thing that happened to him. Somebody was in front of him going really slow. They'd cut him off in traffic. And he got very upset. Yes, pastors have feelings too. And when he got up beside the guy, he realized that he was lost, did not know where he was going. He rolled down his window and said, "Please, sir, can you help me?" Like, is that a moment, or is that a moment to kind of snap you out of it, right? So again, that's what I'm talking about, being quick triggered. That emotion got fueled, and he didn't even think about it until he came up on that. And as I said, the negative response to that is now he's going to feel guilt and regret, right? Because he felt guilt for doing that because he's a pastor and he says he should know better, especially if he's trying to lead people through faith. Shame because, wow, he let himself get out of control And then 3, regret, because when he caught up to that person, they were lost and needed his help, right? And that was his whole purpose in life, is to lead his people, to lead the people to a better life. So that's what this is. It's an event, a cycle that we're on every day. It's our emotional cycle on repeat. It's usually at least once a day, sometimes multiple times. Those of you who are watching who have kids, you know that you get triggered more than one time a day. You get it, right? So with that being said, let's get to today's topic, and I called it the power of transformation. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. How would it, or actually I'm going to ask you one question, and then I'm going to just, give you some statements after. You let me know how you're feeling. How would it make you feel if your life was running like a well-oiled machine, like perfect, right? Everything's amazing, no issues. You feel great every day when you wake up. You're ready to start your day. You're focused on being grateful for everything in your life, so you're attracting more good into your life. You're in complete control of your emotions when you're emotionally triggered. And so you make better decisions on how you respond when something happens, right? A trigger happens. And you're living your best life. So how would that make you feel? I know for me, like just hearing all of that sounds so awesome. But on a scale from 1 to 10, where are you? 1 being and 10 being yeah, like you're there. Now, if you picked 1, like I get it. Or maybe you're somewhere in the middle and not satisfied. You're not living your best life, right? And I know what that's like, not to be feeling like you're not living your best life. But if you noticed, one of the things I just said was you're focused on being grateful. Yep, it's that word again, gratitude. Gratitude will help you transform your life from to yeah, right? Like it will, seriously, because you're not focusing on negative, you're focusing on amazing things like are happening in your world. So the power of transforming your life from to yeah through gratitude is going to make the difference in how you navigate your day to day, every day through this, how you go through this cycle, which is on repeat. Might I remind you again, sometimes multiple times a day. So how do you start the transformation process? Well, it starts with change. And with that, you must be open to it because change is inevitable. You can't stop change. So you might as well go with it or get pulled kicking and screaming. So here's how you can start your transformation process from to yeah, okay? Number 1, really super important. I'm leading with this one because I feel this is the number 1 thing you can do to transform your life. Number 1 is change your body language. Oh my gosh, you don't even realize how important this one is. But when I tell you about it, then you're going to say, oh yeah. Your body language will be felt. Yes, felt before you even say a word. If you're in a great mood and you walk into a room, immediately everyone in the room is going to pick up on that because your energy is positive. And the same thing goes if you're in a bad mood. If you walk into that same room, you're in a bad mood, your energy is going to convey, stay away, not approachable. Now, I'm sure that you've experienced a moment in your life that when you met someone for the first time, when they were in a great mood, their energy was infectious and you wanted to be around them. And I'm sure you've also met someone who conveyed negative energy and you couldn't get away from them fast enough. Now, I want you to remember something. We as humans, although we may not mean to, we tend to judge people by our very first impression through our very first encounter. So that's why your body language is so important. Now, it's not like you're trying to impress anyone. I'm not saying that. It's not like you're trying to be something that you're not or someone that you're not. It's that your body language is important for your overall emotional well-being and in how you show up in the world so that you can live your life more positively. Focus on the positive things rather than the negative things. And by the way, this will also come across in your texts, your emails, and on the phone. So your energy, when you are conveying something to someone through electronic way, remember, your body language can also come through that way. Something to think about, right? So take a moment to observe your body language. How do you feel right now? And here's a question. Do you often find yourself sitting with your arms crossed like this when you're meeting with someone, closing yourself off? And maybe you're not even in a bad mood, but guess what? This body language can sometimes be interpreted that you're unapproachable. That stay away kind of thing. So be mindful of your body language. Number 2, deep breathing and or meditation, even if it's only for a minute or 5 minutes. So important. I cannot tell you how my life has changed for the better just by these 2 processes I've put into my life. Deep breathing for 1 to 5 minutes will help you to relax. If you find yourself tense, it will help you calm you down so that you start thinking clearly again. So how do you do this? You just take a slow, deep breath in through your nose for a count of 5, and then you release slowly through your mouth and just release the tension, and repeat this for at least a minute, as many times as you can. Because if you're feeling that negative emotion, imagine when you're finished breathing, because you're just letting all the tension out, you're going to have a better way of looking at it. You're going to look at it more positively to figure out how to deal with it rather than just being in the moment, going for it in the moment. Like I said, remember road rage? You could use this for road rage. The next part in deep breathing is meditation, because meditation will help to center and ground you. Why? Because you're bringing yourself to a state of just being in the moment. You're allowing yourself to focus on the here and the now, and you're getting your mindset right by releasing tension from the outside world that you've been carrying around with you on the inside. I can't begin to tell you this is so important. If you're carrying a lot of baggage up here, and I know we do this, a lot of people don't realize how important journaling is. That's a whole other topic to talk about, which I do in my group. But journaling is important too, because it gets this on paper so you're not carrying it around. Meditation can help you with that as well. And last but not least, number 3, focus on and be grateful for all the good in your life, no matter how small. So important, gratitude. Find 1 to 5 things in your life every day to be grateful for. It could be your fur baby or your fur babies if you have multiple, greeting you every day when you come home from work. It could be your kids telling you that they love and appreciate you for helping them with their school project. It could be your spouse washing the dishes or cooking dinner because you've had a hard day at work. Or it could be a work colleague who thanks you for helping them solve a problem. No matter how big, no matter how small, you'll find something to be grateful for every day if you just allow yourself to see. Open your eyes to it. You know, Oprah Winfrey said something once that stuck with me, and I truly love her take on gratitude. She said, "The more thankful I became, the more my bounty increased. That's because, for sure, what you focus on expands. When you focus on the goodness in life, you create more of it." So as you can see, there is power in transforming yourself if you're mindful of your body language, because that's number 1. That speaks for itself before you even open your mouth. Bring yourself back to the present moment so that you can think clearly simply by practicing some deep breathing techniques or meditation. Helping yourself get back to the here and now in the present moment and not allowing distractions, outside things to distract you. And focusing on all that you have to be grateful for, no matter how small. Right? So real quick, if you're at instead of yeah in your life and you're looking for a place to call home where you can feel supported, a place where there's no judgment, then click on the link in the title notes and join my free Facebook group today and become part of my growing community where you'll get tips and strategies and trainings on how you can start to manage your emotions so that you can get back to what's important, which is living a more positive life. I go live every Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So today's Thursday. It's gonna be for usually it's a free Q&A training and answering of any questions you have, but I also bring on guest speakers. And tonight is a special night as I will be interviewing a great friend of mine, Angie Amico, who has spent the last 20 years studying human behavior. She has a master's in mental health and is certified in personal development, transformation, and leadership. You definitely don't want to miss this, so click on the link and join the group today. So thanks so much for watching. Whether you are on here live or watching it back, I truly appreciate your support. And as I said, if you're new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you guys have been following me for a while, those of you who've been following me for a while, I just want to say thank you so much for keeping coming back, because I really appreciate your support. It helps me to know that I am doing what I need to do to keep giving you information to help you navigate this every day. Again, remember to navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, it will keep you in the right mindset for when life happens. And as I said, this is on repeat every day. So it could be once a day or multiple times. I'm Leslie Gaudette, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. I hope you have an amazing day. Oh, and I hope you join and I hope to see you tonight. Bye guys, talk to you soon.